Welcome back. Previously, I taught you how to complete a square. Today, I'm going to teach you how to solve quadratic equations by completing the square. Now, take note, there are three methods to solve any quadratic equation. The first one, you've learned it before. You factorize it, and then you use the zero product rule. Secondly, you can use completing the square. And the third method is to use the quadratic formula, which I will teach in the next lesson. All right, so today we'll be focusing on number 2, completing the square. Now, example 1, express x squared minus 10x minus 2 in the form this. Now, take note that this is actually the completed square format. And part B, hence solve the equation x squared minus 10x minus 2 equals to 0, giving your answers correct to 2 decimal places. Note that this x squared minus 10x minus 2, the left side of this equation, is the same as this expression over here. So how are we going to do this? If you have reviewed my last lesson, you should know how to complete the square. So let's use blue ink. Okay. Now, how do I complete the square? X squared minus 10x minus 2. X squared minus 10x plus b over 2 square, right? So minus 10 over 2 square, and then I minus it. And then I put this minus 2 here. So now the second line is equal to the first line. X squared minus 10x, 525 minus 25 minus 2. And if you use a calculator, you should be able to get x minus 5 squared and then minus 27. Because minus 25 minus 2 is minus 27. Okay, so I've done part A. Hence solve this equation, giving your answers correct 2 dp. Now take note that this is equal to this. And since they said hence, that means we must use our answers from part A, right? So what am I going to do is, if this equals to 0, then this completed square form must be also equal to 0 because they are the same. So now how do I proceed from here to solve this equation? Do not expand it and simplify. You will get back x squared minus 10x minus 2 again. So what do I do is shift the negative 27 to the right. And then from here, I'm going to square root both sides. So I'm going to put this here, plus minus square root 27. Do not forget the plus minus sign, because don't forget that in quadratic equations, you're supposed to get two answers, right? And that's where this comes from. So you get x equals to square root 27 plus 5, or x equals to negative square root 27 plus 5. And if I key in the calculator, square root 27 plus 5, I get 10.19. What do they want? 2 decimal places, right? So I'll change it to 10.20. Okay, or minus square root 27 plus 5 minus 0.196 and round up to minus 0.20. And there you go, I solved it. You should actually use a calculator, the quadratic function mode, to check your answers, because you are effectively still solving a quadratic equation. All right, so if you key it in, you should get this answer. So let's proceed to the next example. Express x squared plus 6x minus 2 in the form that part B, hence solve the equation. Okay, so a very similar example, right? So let's proceed. A, x squared plus 6x minus 2, x squared plus 6x. So let's write out the first two terms, then plus b over 2 square, which is 6 over 2 square, and then I minus the same thing, and then I continue with this negative 2. So x squared plus 6x, 9 minus 2. Again, use your calculator. You know this is a perfect square. We've talked about it before. you should get x plus 3 square. And then minus 9 minus 2, you get minus 11. So this is a completed square form. So hence solve the equation. So straight away, I can write if this is equal to 0, if this is equal to 0, x plus 3 square minus 11 equals to 0. And therefore, if I move the negative 11 over, I get this. And then again, square root both sides. Do not forget your plus minus sign. And x equals to square root 11 minus 3, or x equals to minus square root 11 minus 3. So square root 11 minus 3, I get 0.3162 dp, round off to 0.32. The other one, minus square root 11 minus 3, I get minus 6.316, round up to minus 6.32. And there you have it. Okay, again, please use your calculator quadratic function mode to check your answers. Now, key points to note. Solving most quadratic equations should give you two answers. Do not forget your plus minus signs when you square root both sides of the equation. Otherwise, you will not get two answers, right? So you can also check if you have solved the quadratic equation correctly by using your calculator's quadratic function. You should do this for every question because these are basically free marks. Okay, you will definitely get the correct answer if you use your calculator. Okay, thank you. Hope this has helped you. If you think that this has helped you, please like this video. Thank you very much.